Hello, for my Module 15 reflection, I am asked to share my thoughts on gamification education and if I feel that they can be used to teach students content or they simply are a way of entertainment. And what examples do you think I can use games in my future classroom? And I actually think involving games in education is a great idea. I don't believe everything is worksheets. I don't believe that that is the only way a student can learn. So being able to actively involve students in learning, I think is more effective than just passing out worksheets or giving them tests. I also think that it is absolutely more than just entertainment. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it makes the class more enjoyable. It'll make the lesson maybe go by a little quicker, but I think students do learn more hands-on. And then just being put on the spot, for example, if it's 20 students in the classroom and everyone's actively participating, I think it will give the students more of an incentive to try harder or to really use their process of elimination and really dig into their memory to try to figure out the answer just so they can be a team player and collaborate with each other. And I think games will be very useful in my future classroom because I think it'll be good in a way to see the before and after learning a new subject, to see how much they know in the beginning, and being able to play the same game towards the end will be good to see if the student has learned the information that was taught. I also think it's good for a review. I also think it will also be good for team building, to involve the classroom and for the students to actively work with each other, and play will be a few of the forms that I will use in my future classroom. And also the template that I use for my interactive gaming, and if the template was user-friendly, if I experienced any problems. I did use a template for Jeopardy. It was very helpful that the template already had everything preset for me. All I had to go do was fill in the information. And I think it was not a problem, but it was important for, if you're going to use a template, you obviously have to do a few trial runs before it, just so you know whenever you're playing the game that you're not running into any surprises, because the format of the answers can be different in a few of those games. So for an example, the template that I use, it gives you, in Jeopardy, you ask the question in form of a statement, and then when the student were to answer the question, they answered it in form of a question. So for an example, what is first person, an example would be I is an example of what point of view, and then the student will answer saying what is first person point of view. And I think it's just important to making sure you explain that properly to the students who are playing the game, and that you also do a trial run before you actually play with the students, so you can see that the format of your question and your answers are populating correctly. And then what are some examples? I can use interactive PowerPoint games in my future classrooms. How I mentioned in the beginning, I think it'll be good to see the students' growth. I think it'll be good to use in a review. I also think it can be used for maybe Fun Fridays after a few worksheets that are required for grading purposes. I also think it'll be great for team building and having the students interact with each other. And I would even use it on the first day of school, maybe even using it to put, the classroom contract together, or providing the students the classroom rules that have to be followed. And I think those are a few ways that I would use interactive gaming or PowerPoint games in my future classroom. And these are my thoughts on Module 15 reflection. And I want to say thank you for my fellow peers. It has been a great semester, and I have learned so much, and I hope that all my knowledge and skills can be put into practice in the future in a classroom.